Hi, my name is Joshua Mackey, and I'm with M2. And I'm happy to be here with stars of Hazbin Hotel, Blake, Amir, Kimiko. How are y'all?
Very
Good.
good.
I've seen the show. I was a fan of Hell of a Boss, and now I got to see Hazbin Hotel. So much crass humor. The characters are fabulous. The songs are great. The mics are on. We love to hear it. What initially drew y'all to this show? Starting with you, Kimiko.
I mean, it's so unusual. I've not seen anything like it. There are adult cartoons that exist, but this is set in hell. It's like full raunch, like rated R, like limitless kind of stuff. So I think that idea was really interesting. And the fact that like it starts with this really pure idea, like this, you're following the angel of hell, and she's like hopeful and optimistic. And she's like, I want to, rehab sinners. And then just like that leaves such an interesting door open for like, what does that even look like? These people are so messed up. They have such shortcomings. They're so flawed, and they're there for a reason. So how is this even going to work? And like just the idea of the pitfalls along the way and the ways in which you're going to see that is so exciting to me. I want to see someone go to heaven. I want to see what that looks like. That redemption. It's cool.
I can't wait to see who's the first person to go to heaven.
Yeah.
That's going to be a huge thing,
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And then, what drew you to Hazbin Hotel as well, Amir, since you're on that topic of talking?
I didn't know what the hell I was getting involved in. I had never heard of Vivian. I had never heard of Hazbin. I mean, I had never heard of Helava. They put this audition in front of me, and they said they wanted a Bert Healy type, and I was like, oh, I just played Bert Healy. And they were like, yeah, Vivian knows that. That's why you're auditioning for this. I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. And then I got it, and I was just excited to like have some work in 2020 because that was like the summer of 2020, which was brutal, obviously. But what really like what made me fall in love with the project is how just balls to the wall it is. It's like Kimiko was saying, there's no filter, right? Vivian just absolutely goes for it, and there's no limits. And the voice director Richard was so easy to work with and really great at eliciting great performances. And I just like as the weeks went on, I got more and more excited to see what everyone else was going to be doing. And 2 years later, to finally be able to see it, on a screen in Vivian's living room, and to see it all come to life, like it's so great.
Well, it really is great. And on the topic of no limits, Blake, what drew you to Angel?
Yeah. I mean, very much the lack of limitation that I felt on a creative front that this show had. Reading through even just what we had to audition for, we had a couple little paragraphs to go through, and reading through all the characters' lines, I loved it. You could tell right from the start that that Viv and the whole team is trailblazing a kind of new frontier here. The show itself is an amalgamation of multiple different genres, right? And it uses a lot of different mediums to express a highly complicated story that it's trying to tell. And not only that, but a highly inclusive story on all fronts. And that's something that I'm extremely happy to be a part of and excited to be a part of. I mean, there's so many different points of interest for me in being a part of this show. So yeah, I mean, what didn't interest me in joining up?
And one thing we do love here, because Into is a queer publication, we love all the queer themes within the show. So when you talk about inclusion, we're right here with you. So yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God. Today on Instagram, they posted this video of the Hazbin girls of Charlie and Vaggie, and she calls her girlfriend. And I commented, I said, girlfriend, I didn't know this was this kind of show. You people are going to hell. And I would say like 90% of the people got it, and 10% of the people were like, how dare you?
Any comment I see Amir do, it's always inflammatory. It's like he just kind of like drops a bomb and then like sits and waits to see what happens. You know,
The Hazbin Hotel IG account just blocks you.
Now, recognizing that we're talking about heaven, hell, demons, and angels, and you all play a variety of characters, what would you be in real life? Would you be an angel or a demon? Starting with you, Amir.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends. A lot of people feel like if you do one bad thing, that's enough to get you into hell. And I guess if it's big enough, you deserve it. I happen to think that most people are redeemable in some way, and I think that if they do the work, they can redeem themselves. So I think that, look, I've a lot in my life, and I've done some bad things, and I've hurt some people.
You want to tell us about that?
I work my off to make things right. And I think that not to get too deep, but that works on a societal level, right? Like you can do bad things, but you can also make bad things right. So I would be a redeemed sinner up in heaven.
Okay. All right. What about you, Blake?
I guess it would depend upon what denomination of heaven and hell you're talking about. Like Amir said, there's a lot of stipulations depending on what context that's in. But personally, I feel like probably everyone would be in hell. And hell would be a better place for it, I think that that would probably be where I would feel the most real. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. And last but not least, Kimiko, what about you?
I mean, obviously I'm an angel. Obviously. As you can see. I'm just kidding. No, but like, it's interesting because in this show, the depiction of heaven and angels is like, where is the line? The angels in heaven don't seem so great to me. And honestly, like if I had a choice to pick where I'd go in this show, I'd pick hell because they have, free will. And it's a little bit of a shit show, but at least they're not trying to, hide it or pretend. They're not fakers,
I mean, yeah, I think in a way it's kind of accurate because some of the holiest people on earth are actual Yeah.
I'm interested to get to know heaven more actually in this.
Me too.
I know that our readers of Into, once they see this interview, are going to be interested in learning all things about heaven and hell in Hazbin Hotel. So with that, Blake, Amir, Kimiko, thank y'all so much for the time. And I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your press run. And I will see some of you in hell later on.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Joshua.
Thanks, y'all.
Joshua.
Thank you, Josh.